Yo, but it do, Ghost Nation. It's your boy Ghost Rider. Welcome back to another episode of Ghost Movies. Now, on this episode, I want to talk about House of the Dragon. Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, episode 4. The King of the Narrow Seas. Man, what a fucking episode. And I have to say, this is my episode. This is my favorite episode by far. This felt like a game of chess throughout the whole episode. The backstabbing, the scandals, the spying on, the fucking deception, betrayals. All this shit was impacted in this one episode, man. From Rhaenyra and fucking Daemon sneaking out of the Red Keep, going into the actual deep, the sultry parts of King's Landing, where all the prostitutes and the pleasure house and the whorehouses are all out and about at night, where one moment it's them watching a play and how Rhaenyra sees how the people of the free cities or the free folk or whatever you want to call them, people in the underbelly of King's Landing, how they really feel about the princess. Will she be a powerful queen or will she be feeble and weak? Those are the exact words in this episode, and it was fucking fantastic. What an episode. Then after that, going from that play, we see them going to a brothel, a tavern, a pleasure whorehouse. And Daemon is exposing her to the pleasures of what humans do when they interact with each other. They take what they want and they don't give a fuck. And I love it because she started smiling. They're both wearing hoodies or hats or whatever so that they won't be recognized when they're going throughout the whole city. But when they get to that tavern, when they get to that whorehouse, they take off all their clothes and you could just see their silver hair. Because throughout the whole time that Rhaenyra had her hat on, people like foot soldiers, you have people who are in the city, they all thought that she was a boy. She looked like a boy with a hat on. But when they get to that fucking tavern, oh shit, they take off all their clothes and they start making out, man. Doing some mischievous, vile things. But lo and behold, chess, there's always somebody one step or two steps ahead when you play chess. That motherfucking hand of the king, Otto Hightower. He had a little boy, what do they call it in Game of Thrones? Pigeons or birds? Man, this dude had his own little birdie watching Rhaenyra's every move. Because eventually he wants her to be dethroned as the next heir to the Iron Throne. And he wants Aegon. He wants King Viserys' new heir. That princess, or should I say now Queen Alicent, gave birth to Aegon. That's what Otto Hightower wants. He wants his name, his blood to be fused with the Targaryen blood so that one of those grandkids could be the next heir to the Iron Throne. So he had a little pigeon, he had a little bitch, a little boy birdie watching Princess Rhaenyra's every move. And that little boy went back to report to Otto Hightower. And I'm pretty sure Otto Hightower paid that little pigeon, that little bird, a hefty price for telling him what's going on. I hate snitches, man. I hate snitches. I don't give a fuck how old you are, how young you are. Once you snitch, you're done. It's one and done. And he went and told freaking Otto Hightower what went down. And you know what's going to happen next. Otto Hightower playing the Game of Thrones. He playing the game of chess. He went to the king as early as the day broke and fucking didn't even wait for the fucking small council or whatever to convene or to fucking assemble in the freaking Red Keep or whatever the fuck. This motherfucker went to the bedchambers of King Viserys I and told him exactly what happened. I'm sorry, my king. This is very pressing news. This is a very pressing matter. I'm sorry if I have to tell you discomforting things to be a good servant to you, but your daughter, she is no longer a maiden. She is no longer an innocent woman. She and her uncle, Daemon, have been doing some mischievous things. And the word is out that other servants have seen her go into these brothels and these taverns with her uncle and have done mischievous things. So now King Viserys, he don't like what's going on. So he wants to hear it from his own brother's mouth. So he sends the King's Guard to go after Daemon. Now Daemon is half drunk. He reunites himself with that freaking whore that he had on Dragonstone when he took her on Caraxes, on the back of Caraxes, and they flew to Dragonstone. He linked back up with her, probably had sex with her, beat it up, and then all of a sudden she leaves him. I think she tried to kill him, but he didn't drink that poison. She leaves, paid off that little birdie that was a snitch to Otto Hightower. They both leave, and then that's when the King's Guard came in and took Daemon and put him in the Iron Throne room. And that's where you see King Viserys the First in his Targaryen robes, and he has, what do you call it? He has the dagger on the side, which is Aegon's dagger. That dagger is very famous and throughout all of Game of Thrones. And it's one of the old Valyrian steels. And he has that dagger ready to just unseat that dagger and cut his brother's throat. Cut his throat, bro. This episode was so good. Man, I really thought that he was going to kill the Rogue Prince. I thought he was going to kill the King of the Narrow Seas. Because he had that dagger pressed against his throat. Talking about, I want to hear it from your mouth, brother. Did you defile my daughter? Did you have sex with her? What were you doing with her last night? What were you thinking? You are so corrupt and so evil. I want to banish you. That's the only way. You need to go back to the Vale. You need to go back to your bronze bitch and leave me be. Because whatever's going on with you does not concern me no longer. And he just freaking cut ties with his brother. Because all his brother wants, he wants Rhaenyra as his wife. You know, Targaryens, they're all about that incest. They're all about keeping the bloodline pure and shit. So he actually asked his brother, can you just give me her? I want her as a wife, and we can make the 7 kingdoms, we can make the 7 thrones, the 7 cities, we can make it pure again and proper. All he wants is the Iron Throne. That's all Daemon wants. And I love the relationship between Daemon and Rhaenyra. I love it because we know from the trailers, it's in the trailers that we got before the show even released, that the older Rhaenyra is very close to Prince Daemon. And I want to see if he actually marries her. I want to see that. Is Rhaenyra going to take sides with Daemon and overthrow her father? And is she going to kill her father? Is she going to kill Queen Alicent? Is she going to kill all the kids that they have? Oh, it's going to be crazy, bro. I can't wait. We're only on episode 4. What the fuck? I don't want it to end, man. It was so fucking good. This episode was fire. And then here we get to another scene. This is the scene I love. I also love the relationship between Rhaenyra and King Viserys. Every time they're on screen and they're talking one-on-one, I drop everything that I'm doing and I'm fully engaged, bro. I am locked the fuck in. And I love this because, dog, we see the cat's dagger, a cat's paw, whatever the fuck it's called. That dagger is actually being singed on a fire. And you see an inscription on that motherfucking blade, son. And I love it because this is the final message that Aegon, he put this message on the blade. And if you light it just right under the fire, under the blaze of the fire, you see the message. And I love it. From my blood, my offspring will produce a song of ice and fire. The prince that was promised. Or the princess that's promised. Fuck it. I love that. Because now that makes it everything canon within the world of Game of Thrones. Between the Game of Thrones original TV show and now this, House of the Dragon. Everything is connected. It's not convoluted. Everything is fucking in sync with each other and it's lining up. Oh, man, I love this fucking episode. When she finally realized that this blade has some importance, bruh. She knows now what she has to do for the House of Targaryen. She knows. And now here's the thing. King Viserys the First, he convinced her like, yo, I need you to wed Prince Lenore Valerian. I need you because those are the 2 powerful houses in the realm. I can't marry his daughter. I marry Alicent. So now you got to marry his son. And I think his son is gay. I think he's gay in the books. So now Lenore Valerian, he's gay, but now they got to make this marriage work so that they can have a strong household going forward. And now I was shocked because Princess Rhaenyra, she agreed to do that. But she made a deal with King Viserys the First. She said, okay, if I do this, you need to take Otto Hightower, You need to strip him of his title and rank. Take the hand away from him. He is no longer the hand to the king, because he is trying to destroy the house of Targaryen just for his own gain. Dog. All you saw was just him being quiet, and then the camera just cuts to black. And then we get to the next scene. It does not hold back. We get right into the next scene. This motherfucker, King Viserys the First, meets Otto Hightower, shows up, tells him what the fuck is up. Say, yo, you think you're very cunning. You are such a wicked man. You were faithful to the two kings previous to me. You thought that it was a good day when you became hand of the king. You go from being a servant to the court to now being the second most powerful man in the realm. When he said that shit, I was like, bruh, that was fire. The way he just spewed that shit to him. And he just goes and touches him on the chest, on the shoulder blade, takes the hand off of him and says, you are no longer the hand to the king or to the throne. And then the camera cuts back to Otto Hightower and he is fucking speechless. Oh my gosh, it was so fucking good to see. He had nothing to say. Now we're going to see what he's going to do, because I'm telling you, when you're a desperate man or woman, bruh, there is no limits to what you would do. I want to know in the next episode what the fuck he's going to do now. What the fuck is Otto Hightower going to fucking do? Bruh. This episode was fire. Yo, Ghost Nation, I just had to give y'all my full review. I talked about this shit for about 11 minutes. I try to keep this review short, but man, I love this show so much. I'm bringing y'all a breakdown, full spoiler review every episode, every Sunday. As soon as I watch this joint, I'm bringing it to y'all first thing as soon as I finish watching it. And I know I'm late to watching it, but I don't give a fuck, man. I fucking love this shit, man. It was so good. It's worth not sleeping. It's worth staying up and watching this shit, because it is so fucking good. All right, Ghost Nation, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this episode. Did y'all like it? Do you think it's the best episode so far? I think it's my favorite. I love all the political gains and the politicking and scheming and plotting. I love all this shit. That's what makes Game of Thrones Game of Thrones. You got to play the game. No matter what, you got to play the game so you can get ahead, so you don't end up dying or you end up fucking getting asked out. It's all about the Iron Throne at the end of the day. And this shit is phenomenal. Man, HBO did a good service by coming out with this prequel. I know we were supposed to get another prequel show called The Long Night, but I'm glad they went with this, because I think a lot of viewers and fans would not watch that Long Night because it's how Game of Thrones ended with season 8. Which I fucking loved everything that happened in season 8. And I'm not even saying that because I'm being biased or whatever the fuck. I love Game of Thrones hard body, and it's my favorite TV show of all time. And I go back and watch that fucking show, not House of the Dragon, because this just came out, but I will put on those seasons. I have all 8 seasons, and I would just put on a random episode. I'll watch The Red Wedding, Battle of the Bastards, or I'll watch Battle at Hardhome. I don't give a fuck. Whatever I want to watch, I would just put that on if I'm bored as fuck. I love Game of Thrones, and I would ride or die with this shit until the wheels fall off. Holla at your boy. All right, y'all. Keep an eye out for my next video. That's why y'all need to subscribe to my channel. Keep an eye out for my next video. I'm going to be posting the actual preview trailer for the next episode. So keep an eye out for that. Hit that post notification bell so you get my updates when that trailer will be dropped, when that video will be dropped. All right, I'm about to get up out here. Again, subscribe to my channel. And next time, I'll see you in the next video. Fuck it, I'm out.